So today, we're talking about something different. We are talking about armpits. Yep, armpits. Actually, we're talking about deodorant, specifically natural deodorant. Okay, so our bodies, as a natural thing, will sweat to get rid of toxins. Okay, that is just a biological thing that we have going on. It's a way for our bodies to detoxify ourselves. We sweat out some of those toxins. Ironically, we use deodorant and antiperspirant so that we don't sweat under our armpits. And so some of the ingredients in conventional deodorants, specifically aluminum, is something that is a little bit controversial. People are kind of like iffy about it, and there are some studies that say it doesn't cause cancer and it's not toxifying, and then there are, of course, on the flip side, studies that say it does cause cancer, and especially breast cancer for women, so let's try to stay away from it. So if you are a person who is trying to decide natural deodorant, not natural deodorant, then this may be a video for you. So our lymphatic system is sort of like a garbage disposal in our bodies. So all the toxins sort of go into our lymph nodes, and then our lymph nodes just expel them in whatever, awesome scientific way that it does that. And our lymphatic system is a really important part of detoxifying our bodies, and it's an important part of our health, especially when we want to prevent long-term illnesses such as cancer. We want our lymphatic system to keep running, to keep shoveling all of the negative, bad stuff out. Now, we are exposed to toxins all the time, not just through deodorant. If we walk outside, we are exposed to toxins. The food that we eat a lot of times has toxins if we're not eating 100% organic all the time. Cosmetics that we use, things that we put on our bodies, especially creams and lotions, things that are absorbed in our body, are absorbed into our bloodstream. So we want our lymphatic systems to be as healthy as possible. And so this is just sort of one way to maybe prevent some clogging up of our lymphatic system. Okay, now I'm not saying, let me just tell you, I don't use natural deodorants 100% of the time. I sort of go back and forth between natural deodorant and conventional deodorant. There is a certain time of the month that I just don't smell all that great, and so I need a more conventional deodorant that contains aluminum, that's going to prevent me from sweating, and that's going to be a stronger deodorant for me. And that is about a week and a half or so before I get my period. That is just a biological thing. Women, our hormones fluctuate throughout the month, and some women, such as myself, the pheromones are just on overdrive, like 2 weeks, a week and a half right before you get your period, because your body just, that's what it wants to do. So I have to switch to a conventional deodorant during that time. But for the other times when, I don't have like pheromones on overdrive, then I try to use natural deodorants as much as possible. And for times where I'm just like at home, just chilling, I'm not going anywhere, no one's gonna smell me, then I will use natural deodorants during those times too. So again, this is not something that I'm saying that I do 100% of the time, because I definitely don't. I see the benefit in using conventional deodorants, but I also see the benefit in using natural deodorants. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about the natural deodorants that I actually do like, and then I will show you also a DIY natural deodorant recipe if you want to try it and you don't want to use, something that is store-bought. Okay, so the first natural deodorant, this is probably one of the first natural deodorants that I've ever tried is the Crystal Essence, and this comes in like a few different forms. I think there's like a hard stick, and then there's like this one. This is the roll-on one. This is the lavender and white tea, paraben-free, hypoallergenic deodorant. Now the thing about this one is it says that it's, it says that it's an all-natural protection, but it does contain aluminum. It still contains aluminum. Like the ingredients are water and then potassium alum, and that alum is just a way to masquerade as aluminum. So this still does contain aluminum. I wouldn't say that this is the best natural deodorant ever, but it smells pretty decent. It smells like lavender, and it's one that is available, and it's probably a little bit better than the conventional deodorants that you can get. So this is one option. And by the way, there are several natural deodorants. There are Tom's, there's Desert Essence, there's some other ones that I'm not mentioning in this video. I'm just talking about the ones that I use from time to time. Okay, the second one that I actually really do like this one is the Human Nature natural deodorant. It is all natural deodorant with sunflower for softer, lighter skin. So I did a review on Human Nature products on my channel. I will link it right here and down below. And I commented saying I don't really see anything in here about lightening, and how everything in the Philippines tends to be lightening. Like in Asia in general, they're just sort of obsessed with white skin. Like that's just kind of, they're just obsessed. Everybody wants lighter skin. So somebody actually commented saying that conventional deodorants cause darkening under the arm, and my armpits aren't dark. Like, I haven't experienced any darkened armpits using conventional deodorants. But if you are one of those people who maybe is sensitive to some of those things and you know, have some darkening, then this one might be an option for you. You can't buy this one in stores, but you can buy it online, and I will definitely post a link down below of where you can purchase the Human Nature one. The reason why I like this one so much is because, why is there hair? Is because it smells really good. It sort of smells like candy. I don't know. It's also a roll-on, as you can see. It goes on, you know, sort of like that, but then it dries clear, and it sort of has like a almost powdery type finish. So this one I really do like. It's sort of like my second favorite. So if you are looking for something that is going to lighten your underarm, the reason why this I think lightens is because of the lactic acid. So that's another reason why this is good, is because lactic acid actually serves as an exfoliant, so it's going to exfoliate your underarm, which can help, you know, slough off all the dead skin cells, and then help you with, you know, the darkening if you have a darkening problem on your arm. But aside from the darkening or whatever, I still really do like this deodorant. It smells good, it dries clear to a powdery finish, and it's natural. It doesn't have any, this one actually doesn't have any aluminum in it at all. It's just some coconut derived things and some seed oils and some lactic acid. All of it is plant derived, so it's really good for you. Okay, and then my favorite natural deodorant, at least of the moment, of the ones that I've tried, and all of these are roll-ons, by the way, is the Alvera Aloe Herbal All-Natural Roll-On Deodorant, and it is this one right here. And I get this one online as well. I don't know if they sell it in like Whole Foods or Fresh Market or like other natural stores, but I get this one online. I get it from Vitacost, and I'll link down below. I think it's like $3, so it's, you know, pretty comparable to other deodorant prices. It smells, this one doesn't smell like feminine, so you can actually, like, if you're a guy and you're interested in all natural deodorant, you can actually use this one because it doesn't have like a feminine smell. It has more like an herbal smell, and I actually like it. I like that it isn't like uber perfumey. It sort of smells like, yeah, like herbal, so I like it. This contains aloe vera, water. It has what is that, coriander, whole oat protein, and witch hazel, and grapefruit seed extract. And I think that the witch hazel is really good under the arm as well, because it's, well, again, that sort of like does like an exfoliating type thing, but it's also a little bit antibacterial, a little bit antifungal, so I think that this is a good option. This is my favorite because I feel like with this one, it lasts the longest, and I feel like this one does, even though it doesn't say that it is an antiperspirant, I think that it does help me a little bit with perspiration under my arm. And this is a really weird video. I feel like I'm talking about my armpits. It doesn't contain any animal ingredients, alcohols, dyes, artificial preservatives, or bactericides. All natural, all vegetable deodorant formula designed to keep you dry and odor free throughout the day. And I do think that this one does a really good job of that. Like, I can go 8 hours, I can go to the gym with this on, and I don't feel like I smell. And come on, like, if you stink, like, you know that you stink. You know that you smell, and you need to take a shower or put some deodorant on. I mean, I guess we all know those people. Some people just are not aware of their bodily odor, but for me, most of the time, I can say that I know when I smell, which is why I switched to those conventional deodorants during those times of the month. But this one works really well most of the time. I mean, I go to work, and then I go to the gym, and then I shower right after the gym, or not long after, and then I shower not long after the gym. So this works really well for me to just go on about my day. I don't feel like I'm sweating or anything like that. Now, with natural deodorants, this is not for people who, you know, have excessive sweating problems, like people with hyperhidrosis, because that's just like a medical condition, and you would probably need some sort of clinical strength deodorant to stop you from perspiring. Or I've also heard of people getting like Botox under their arm, like them shooting Botox under their arm so that they don't perspire as much. So that may be an option if you sweat a lot. Okay, so those are my favorite store-bought ones. Now again, there are a whole bunch, several that I have not tried. If you've tried some really great all-natural deodorants, then by all means, please leave those down below. And again, I don't use all-natural deodorant 100% of the time. I just use it I would say about 60 to 70% of the time, just because, you know, I want to try to prevent the clogging up of my lymphatic system once again. So if I can use things that's going to not clog up my lymphatic system and use things that don't have aluminum, then I'm going to. But I switch back and forth depending on the time of the month and depending on, you know, what I'm doing. If it's like a big event and I know that I have like someplace to go and it's like a big event and I really don't want to risk it, then a lot of times I will use a conventional deodorant. But for my everyday, if I know that I'm just going to work and then going to the gym and then coming home, then I'll probably use a natural deodorant. Make sense? Okay, so now I'm going to show you a DIY all-natural deodorant that you can do from the comfort of your own home, using things that I always have at home anyway, so I figured, hey, why the heck not? So let me tell you what you're gonna need. You're gonna need some sort of empty container. This is an empty almond butter jar. I just like cleaned it out and stuff. I like to save these bottles because I can use them for like, you know, when I do like deep conditioners or DIYs like this. So this is just an empty bottle. You're gonna need some baking soda. You're also going to need some cornstarch. You're gonna need some extra virgin coconut oil. And then you're gonna need some sort of measuring device. I've made this a few times, so I sort of kind of know, I can kind of eyeball it, but you're gonna need some sort of measuring device. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is you're going to take you're also gonna need something to stir with, obviously. You're gonna need to take a quarter of a cup of baking soda. Okay, so I'm gonna try to show you from this angle. Okay, so I usually just eyeball it, but you're gonna need like a quarter of a cup of baking soda. So I'm gonna take my, oops, that's not the right way. So I'm gonna take my baking soda and I'm just gonna pour it into here. You're gonna need, again, about a quarter of a cup. So be careful because this stuff will come out kind of fast. Okay, let's see if we can. Okay, so I have put in about a quarter of a cup of baking soda into here, into my little jar. Then I'm going to need the same amount of the cornstarch. I'm making a huge mess, as you can see. So I'm just gonna put the same amount, roughly the same amount, okay? And then I'm just gonna mix it all together. Okay, then I'm gonna go into my coconut oil, and I'm gonna take, I don't know, like a few tablespoons. My battery's gonna die. And I'm just gonna stick it in here like that and just mix it all up until I sort of get the consistency of like what a regular deodorant would be. Okay, so then you just sort of mix it until it's sort of like the consistency that you want. This is actually fine for me. You can add a little bit because it's actually gonna thicken up with the cornstarch. Like after a while it'll thicken up, but oh, my battery's gonna die. Okay, but this is sort of the consistency that I like to leave it at, and then I just keep it in here, and it's enough for me to like just take my finger and, you know, put it under my arm. I know that sounds a little weird for some people, but you can also make it like super thick and then put it into an empty little container. I know that some people have done that, or some people suggest doing that, put it in an empty deodorant container, and eventually when it does thicken up, it will, I have it like all over my hands, but eventually when it does thicken up, it will be, you know, sort of like a solid consistency. Coconut oil is a solid consistency once you just leave it. So the cornstarch will allow it to thicken up, and the coconut oil is solid at room temperature. So yeah, so that's it, guys. Obviously, it's very messy. So if you're gonna do this, make sure that you're doing it in a space that you can clean up. This, I've made this a few times and it works just fine. It's also very moisturizing under your arm should you need some moisture. And just be very careful, of course, with any product. It's gonna be trial and error, and some things are gonna work a little bit better for other people. Some things are gonna work a little bit better for some people than others. So after I have mixed it all together, I just put the cap on it. And then usually I put it in the refrigerator so that it can just solidify a little bit more. And then after that, it is ready to go and ready for use. And I just put this on my counter, and then I just use it whenever I feel like it. So this is an option for those of you who are like super duper all natural and don't want to go to the store to buy it. You can certainly make your own all natural deodorant at home. So I hope that that helps you guys, you know, sort of go through some all natural deodorant options. If you guys have any questions, then feel free to leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.